Today on the Broadway Shuffle, a Texas Tech sports podcast, why it is not time to hit the panic button just yet for Texas Tech, and we break down the best case bracket scenario for the Red Raiders. As always, I am Brennan Baxter, pleased to be joined by my wonderful co-hosts Clayton Anderson, Conrad Mills, and Zyler Buchanan. And as always, thank you to Wonder Tree for sponsoring this episode. Conrad, you told us prior to this episode that if Texas Tech were to lose to TCU, you would not be on this episode. So I wanted to go to you first, my man. Doing a wellness check on you. How you doing? You doing okay? And thanks for suffering through tonight and being a part of our show.
Yeah, you got to give the listeners what they want. And I'm sure that as soon as everybody saw the final score, they were wondering, what is Conrad Mills from the Broadway Shuffle going to say about this loss? And you have come to the exact right place. Hurts. A loss always hurts, guys. Like Texas Tech, anything losing hurts. I hate losing. I know you guys do as well. I know our listeners do as well. But especially when it's to TCU or Baylor. I just really struggling with that right now. Haven't quite processed it at home. Senior night, last game in the USA this year. I don't know what to say, man. It just hurts. Obviously, without Toppin, I know all that, but a school like TCU, losing to them really, really hurts. Even from where I'm sitting right now, I can hear their 10 fans clamoring, Conrad, we told you so. Just really disappointed in this. But you know what? It is what it is. Texas Tech is Texas Tech, and we'll bounce back. But, man, I'm disappointed.
Yeah, nothing Conrad hates more than TCU in this world. Maybe Baylor. It's a close call, but it's between those two. It's pretty tough. Z, what went wrong for Texas Tech against TCU? And, when we're talking about hitting the panic button and why we should pause a little bit, what concerned you the most from the game, and why do you still have optimism about this team moving forward as we inch closer to March Madness?
It was weird to me that we weren't able to rebound competitively after we did it so well against Iowa State. That to me was weirder than anything. It's just on the road against a team with, Joshua Jefferson and Buchanan and all of those guys, that you let Xavier Edmonds and David Punch and some white guys kind of body you on the glass. That to me was the weirdest thing. And I'm not taking away from Edmonds. I think he's actually a really good rebounder. He reminds me a lot of Toppin, and that you're like, how does this dude keep getting so many offensive rebounds? He's just a really good athlete. And I thought Bam was kind of exposed as a defensive rebounder last night. He just can't maintain position very well. And he doesn't pick up fouls when he's rebounding. Like, he didn't get fouls called on him. So that was hard. The other thing too, man, when CA is kind of in a funk, your offense is just so. If you didn't have the Jalen Petty masterclass last night, you could have gotten beat by 15-20 last night. I just thought the offense was poor in a lot of ways, and TCU, to their credit, did a great job kind of getting you out of rhythm. And Christian, I don't know if you guys think this, he has a hard time turning the corner sometimes on ball screens, and when he gets the ball, it's like he can never seem to get around the guy. Guys have a really easy time staying in front of him. I don't remember his name, but Levicius or Levikaus, kept staying in front of him on these ball screens, and we were trying to get Christian that matchup, and he couldn't get around it. And that was frustrating, where you're like, dude, come, like, you're a first round pick. Like, get around this dude. This guy's going to be selling insurance in 2 years. So that was the frustrating part for me. But you're fine. I think TCU is a good team, and that was a motivated team. They're gonna have their first winning record in the Big 12 in their entire school's history for basketball all time. So congrats to a very serious basketball program, the TCU Horned Frog, on achieving that monumental feat. Which was a bummer you couldn't have kept them from it. You did it last year. But yeah, it's just interesting stuff there. Tough loss, but you'll be all right.
Well, Clayton, you said that you woke up and you weren't even mad. Like, it's just, let's move on. But based off Zyler's point, it sounds to me like Christian Anderson should definitely stay another year. If you can't get by an insurance agent, you should probably stay one more year, work on your quickness, and just focus, on that one more year at Texas Tech. I think that's a good idea for Christian. Clearly not ready to be a first-round pick if you can't get by that. So, Christian, say one more season just for us, and let's see what happens. But waking up not mad, Clayton, why are you feeling okay after the loss and looking forward ahead?
I feel like I am not mad just because this is kind of like what I envisioned would be the team whenever Toppin went down. It's not like because you shot bad from three, you lost the game. But I think the rebounding and other things like scoring in the paint are all things that are going to be much tougher without Toppin. And so you're going to have to hit threes to make up for that. And I just don't think you have the roster without him to negate the performance that Christian had and the performance that the team had shooting the ball from three. Like, I think the non Atwell and Petty players were like 1 for 11 from 3, and I just don't think you're going to win a lot of games. So I can't bring myself to be mad, especially after you just pulled off the game in Ames, and you beat Cincinnati, who's one of the hottest teams in the country. So, if you gave me 3-1 over this last 4 games, I'd take it 100% of the time.
Yep. Totally agree.
Yeah, especially with the wins you had, right? Too, I completely agree with you. But Conrad, you're shaking your head. You have a different opinion.
Yeah, no, I'd probably take 1 and 3 with the win at TCU, guys.
Take the one win over the Horned Frogs. Anything but the Horned Frogs. But Conrad,
I'm joking.
Clayton, he brings up a good point, and we knew this team would be flawed to an extent when you lose a guy like JT Toppin. But you do need Christian Anderson to essentially play flawless the rest of the way. If you are going to make a run, you've got to have Christian Anderson scoring at elite level and not turning the ball over. So with that, you're going to have games like this. You just hope it doesn't happen when it is a win or go home situation. I'd much rather have the TCU loss, get some things sorted out, than have this happen in the first round or second round of the March Madness tournament. And so much different scenario here in a couple of weeks. But at the same time, you're looking at, okay, how realistic is it for Christian Anderson to score 25 a night and Petty to add 18 and Atwell to score 19 and Luke to have the game he had against Iowa State? Just doesn't seem, like it's really realistic to ask all of those guys to play at that level each and every night.
Well, it doesn't matter if it's realistic or not. That's what we're going to do. That's what you have to do. And I think it's one of those things with this team that you're sitting there looking at what could it have been with JT, but you're also thinking about what could it be now. And the reality is it's still a good basketball team. Like, we're not trying to take anything away from this team. It's a fantastic team, a great coach, but you do have to temper your expectations because asking all of those things from all of those guys, that's a lot. That is a lot. And it's not going to happen every night. You just hope that you're 1 point better than the other team each night you go out there, each afternoon you go out there, whenever you play, because that's ultimately what it's about. But at the same time, you just I think Clayton's attitude is correct. I just think it's like, after the JT injury, it was like, well, we'll see what happens. And then it got to the point where you got back up on the roller coaster and you're like, where are we going now? And now it's at the same time where you're thinking, oh, okay, what are we going to make the Sweet 16? Are we not? It's just one of those things that you really do have to adjust the way you think about this, the way you look at things with Texas Tech basketball without JT Toppin.
Yeah, I agree. The other thing that made it better, and Clayton probably would echo this sentiment, you're still like right in the mix for a 3 seed because Alabama lost last night, Nebraska lost last night, Kansas lost last night. Like, I don't know if anybody watched the game in Tempe. The Kansas bench got 3 technicals in the first half. Bill Self got ejected. It's just like a lot of teams lost last night in games they shouldn't lose. And I think Alabama's loss is a little more understandable. And Nebraska played at 10 p.m. on the West Coast against UCLA. Like that makes sense. And then you're playing a good TCU team. And it happens. You're not Florida. You're not UConn. You're not Michigan. You're going to drop games. And I think I'm fine with that. And then you're looking at Purdue. Purdue's down 10 right now to Northwestern. Like, some of these teams are struggling coming into the finish line for March Madness. And that's the nature of this game, man. These kids play a lot of minutes and they practice a lot, and teams are tired coming into this back end of the stretch. And the thing that I'm happy about is you've clinched a top 4 seed.
Yeah.
Beating Iowa State and then Arizona beating Iowa State in Tucson, you're going to get a break. Like, that is a huge deal. After you play this Saturday, you won't play again until Thursday. And that'll be the longest time off you've had since, I guess, before we went to UCF. So, yeah, I think your team needs that a lot. You look tired.
Yeah, great point there. Clayton, Grant McCaslin's presser, he talked about what we've seen. You have the big win against Arizona, you lose to Arizona State. You have the big win against Iowa State, you lose at home to TCU. You have the big win against Houston, you lose on the road to UCF, I believe it was. And so, but he talked about, you get up and you play very physical teams and you play a physical game and you beat a top team in the country. There is going to be maybe an emotional and physical drop-off. Does that concern you at all? I mean, at this point of the season, you've got one regular season game left in the Big 12 tournament game. It's like, well, you're going to be in a win and go home situation in 2 games. So does it really concern you that much that you're seeing that trend happen with Texas Tech right now?
I mean, I guess it would be a concern for the second game of the weekend in March Madness. But yeah, like you said, I mean, there's not many opportunities left there's not going to be a letdown opportunity after a massive win. Every win from here on out will be a massive game. It is just a weird trend. I feel like each one individually could be explained, especially the Arizona State they've literally have made their entire season off of beating teams after they play Arizona. And I mean, UCF is a solid team at times, but it's weird that all three of those happen in the same season, I guess. So hopefully they're able to buck that trend in March. But yeah, I mean, there's no really like letdown opportunities from here on out.
And the thing is, too, like if you end up being a 4 seed in the Big 12 tournament, if you lose at BYU and then lose, you could play Iowa State. They're going to be the 5 seed in all likelihood. You could lose to BYU, lose to Iowa State in the Big 12 tournament, and then maybe you're sitting at like a 4 or 5 seed. You could lose that game. I mean, you could drop 3 in a row. I mean, we may have seen the last Tech win for the season. And I think that's super pessimistic. I don't think that's
Whoa, dude. We're talking about why not to hit the panic button.
Yeah,
you are saying we're never going to win again.
But I mean, think about BYU, man. BYU has fallen completely off a cliff since Richie Saunders has gotten injured. So I think you'll have a fighting chance in that game. I hate that it's a 9:30 p.m. tip. That is, about as bad as it gets. But yeah, it's an interesting end of the season. It's it's so crazy that you beat Iowa State in Hilton, you beat Arizona in Arizona, you beat Houston at home, and you're not even close to winning the title. Like if you would have, you told me that before the year, I'm taking you to win that.
You're getting choked up thinking about all this. It's emotional.
I mean, you just never. Those are incredibly hard places to win. It's kind of weird that the season's shaped out like that.
And then I think that gives me confidence going into Provo on Saturday night too, because you do get up for these games. Like I think a lot of people seriously did not expect us to beat Iowa State in Hilton. And I don't think a lot of people expect us to win in Tucson. I know some of these guys on the show didn't expect us to win those games, and they found a way. And Conrad, yeah, I know.
We all picked Texas Tech to win in Ames. You did.
I picked Texas Tech to beat Iowa State.
I picked Tech to lose. Yeah.
And who did?
I didn't pick Tech.
Brennan picked us
I picked Tech to win.
No, I picked us to win too.
And I did too.
High five.
Come on, man.
Give me a high five.
Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. You got the high. Yeah, he was trying to start something here.
I thought he was the one. I thought he was the only one who didn't pick Tech to win.
No. I've been riding with Tech the last like 3 or 4 games. So I've been on that bus, and I'm going to pick Texas Tech to beat BYU on Saturday night too.
Oh, me too.
I like the road trend.
Yeah, me too.
BYU, they just all four. There you go.
BYU is legitimately terrible. They're playing worse than K-State since Saunders got injured.
That's crazy. Yeah. So I like Tech in that game. And what does that win get you? What does the BYU is that? I mean, that's a quad 1 win still. Does that win bump you up? Does that win bump you up at all, or does it solidify a 3 seed?
I think you would be hard. I mean, it's going to depend on what teams do around you. You're for sure a 4 seed. I think you're still for sure. You're 98% going to be a 4 seed.
Mm-hmm.
That win would, I think, give you 75% chance of being a 3 seed. It depends on what happens around you. Does Alabama go win the SEC tournament? Does Gonzaga? And they have a weird.
Wait, is this football?
No. I'm not. It is, we could transition to football. I mean, there's a lot of football stuff going on right now. We're about to start spring practice. A lot of stuff happening around Lubbock.
We are going to get to plenty of football content here in a couple of weeks for sure. I can't wait. I think what is the first practice on the 24th of Tuesday, I believe. So Conrad, we're close, man. You just got to hang on a little while longer.
My private tryout with Joey is the 23rd.
Conrad's going to be shooting film. He's going to see how Conrad can operate a camera.
He's got 4 years of eligibility left. But, I wanted to get to our second segment of the episode, which we are going to break down what the best case scenario for Texas Tech is bracket-wise, whether it's a 3 or 4. But before we do that, I did want to pause real quickly. If this is your first time tuning in, if you could do us a huge favor and subscribe on YouTube, we would really appreciate it. We love all of the shufflers that already have, but just double check, make sure, hit that alert button, subscribe on YouTube or follow wherever you get your podcast. It is 100% free. It gets you in front of us more, and we can reach more Red Raiders that way. So we appreciate you guys tuning in and hope you're enjoying the show so far. So best case scenario for Texas Tech in March Madness. So what I want to do here is present what seed line that would be, so a 3 or 4, and then what teams you'd feel confident about Texas Tech beating in the round of 32. So if you're a 3 seed, that would be a 6 seed, and if you're a 4 seed, that would be a 5 seed, barring upsets. We'll assume chalk for this game. So Clayton, I'll go to you first. I'll give you the 4 seed line for Texas Tech. So if you're a 4 in March Madness for Texas Tech, what is the best case scenario for them to reach the Sweet 16?
So the 5 seed that I would want to be paired with. Is that what you're asking? Okay.
Yes.
I think depending on Caleb Wilson's health, I think North Carolina would be a good option. I think if Louisville were to get to the 5, I definitely want to see them. They are incapable of beating a good team. I feel like they're like the Matt Rule of college basketball. That's Pat Kelsey.
Yes.
So give me Louisville, and then I think you could beat Vanderbilt as well. I think Vanderbilt's good, but I think if you match up with them, I would feel good about your chances. I would not want to see Tennessee.
I wouldn't want to
see St. John's because of their
which
hopefully they would avoid Arkansas since we played.
Yeah.
Not that they have to do that, but
I like all those.
I don't want to see Tennessee.
I think McCaslin would have Hubert Davis in a blender. I mean, just would absolutely torch that team. I think you'd have a problem with Caleb Wilson, but that would be my pick. If I could get a 5, it would be North Carolina for sure, or Vanderbilt.
Okay, so you're kind of looking at that opportunity with the 4 seed line. Obviously, that would present, barring a crazy upset, a Sweet 16 matchup against a number 1 seed. Based off the current projections for a number 1 seed, which number 1 seed do you feel like Texas Tech would have the best chance with? And I will keep in mind that we have beaten Duke, we have beaten Arizona, we've beaten Houston. They could all potentially be on the 1 seed line. So which team do you feel like Texas Tech, sitting at a 4, could knock off an upset of 1 to get to the Elite 8?
Dude, you can absolutely beat UConn. And I'm like,
I was about to say,
it would be like a 4-point spread. You could beat UConn.
Okay.
I think UConn is the only one that we could beat, to be honest, without Toppin.
I think Michigan, and I think Michigan's kind of fraudulent. I think what Michigan could do to you, though, would definitely not be fraudulent. Like they could
same with Florida. Yeah. If Florida were to get there.
I don't want to see Florida again, dude. And I watched that game that they played against Arkansas at home, and I'm like, this team looks terrifying. Like that, they are on a roll right now.
The only thing about Florida that I'll say is their guard play is kind of mid. Like Xavier and Liam Boogie Bland, it's like somebody said this the other day. They're like, the best chance you have to beat Florida is you need somebody to tell Boogie Fland that there are 40 NBA scouts there and that they're all there to see him and make him take a ton of shots. Like that's the trick to beating Florida, is make their guards take shots. So that would be I'm less worried about Florida than I am Michigan or Arizona or Duke, for sure. Even though you've already
I think Michigan has to me, they have equal guard problems as Florida. I think
especially since LJ Casey,
but their guards,
like Elliot Cadeau can give you like a plus minus of like
he can give you like a 1 for 8.
Yes, with 8 turnovers and 2 assists. And
he's very volatile. Okay, so Conrad, question for you on this then. Texas Tech slotted a 4 seed. Are you picking them over a 1 in your bracket?
No, unless it's UConn.
you take wise advice. You're a smart man. You hear the guys tell you what to do. So unless it's UConn, you're picking Texas Tech to fall as a 4 in the Sweet 16 if it falls that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
It depends. Like, okay, never mind. I'm gonna press pause on that answer. Am I filling out my Texas Tech bracket to win it all? Or am I filling out my this is what I think is going to happen bracket?
What you think is going to happen, you're putting money on the line.
Money on the line? Oh man, I probably got to go with Tech to lose then. I don't know. Anything can happen. I'd probably put Tech to lose though. I probably would.
Okay.
Yeah. Without Toppin.
All right.
With Toppin, then we win the Natty. Not even a question.
I like that. I like that answer. Okay, let's go to the 3 line to keep the game going. So 3 seed, your second round game would be a 6. Your Sweet 16 game would be a 2. Again, assuming chalk here. Anything can happen in March Madness. We know it's crazy. So Zeke, right now, based off current projections, if you're a 3, what's your confidence meter of getting to the Elite 8 and knocking off a 2 seed?
If you get Kentucky as your 6, I would be so much more concerned about who the 11 seed is than Kentucky. I think that Kentucky team is terrible. I also think that Wisconsin team's terrible. I think you'll smash Louisville. The 1-6 I wouldn't want to see is St. John's. I think they would hurt you a little bit. They're just so physical. They remind me a lot of Arizona a little bit, just not as talented.
Z's coughing up a storm over there. Okay, so Clayton, what's your confidence meter? If I were to tell you Texas Tech's a 3 seed, there's ABC team in that region. You can pick the teams you're confident in beating that Texas Tech would make the Elite Eight as a 3.
So we'd have to beat the 2.
Yes.
I mean, I think if you got Michigan State, just because of how bad their offense and how like they have 2 players, in my opinion, that scare you on offense other than Cohen Carr in transition, I think you could beat Michigan State.
I think you could.
Yeah. The other 2s that are projected right now, Florida, Houston, Illinois, I think you'd have a tough time with all of those without Toppin. But if you got Michigan State, I'd feel all right about your chances to make the Elite Eight.
Yep. Those are good. I mean, those are good teams at the top. You're not like you see.
Everyone's good when you get that deep into the tournament, barring a crazy like NC State type run that we unfortunately were a part of a couple years ago. But Conrad, with that, we do have something exciting to announce about March Madness and Selection Sunday. Would you like to tell the listeners what we got planned for them again?
No, man. I think Zyler should do that. I don't think I'm ready to announce that on this show. I think Zyler would be better at it. Just don't cough in the middle of it, Zyler.
I'm doing
okay.
my best, all right?
All right, Z, you give it to him then.
Yeah, we're going to be doing. Are we talking about the show, the live stream?
We're talking about the show. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what we're talking about. I thought we were talking about something else.
Well, I want to hear what
guys are
Conrad's
just-
talking about after.
Wait, Conrad, what do you
I'm
think?
kidding. I'm totally joking.
Okay. I was like,
I'm totally messing around.
talking about?
Zyler, go ahead.
We did this last year, and it was a lot of fun. We're going to live stream during the selection show, so we'll be on for probably hour 15, hour 30. While the selection show's happening, we'll be doing that live and reacting. It was a ton of fun last year, having people in there talking about the bracket, talking about who we like, who we hate. It's just such a fun, communal American event. We all love filling out a bracket. It was a ton of fun doing that last year. We'll be doing it again. So that selection show starts after the Big Ten final, I believe, and so we'll be on about 30 minutes after that game. So look for that on Sunday afternoon. That'll be what day is that? The 14th,
the 15th, I think, of March. Yep.
So that'll be a ton of fun. I'm excited.
Yeah. So the moment you watch the show and find out where Tech is in the bracket, head on over to our YouTube channel. You can watch us there. Comment. We're going to break it down the whole entire region. Then we'll pick our Final Four too. That was a ton of fun last year too. We picked our Final Four as a Broadway Shuffle to see where we fall. We will have a bracket challenge as well. We'll put that out from ESPN. We'll send that, put in the link, put it on all of our social medias so you don't miss that. Well, I'll say this, even after the loss and the crazy week, there's so much fight in this team. It just feels like a March Madness run is instilled in them. But I was looking back at previous seasons, the 2019, 2022, Mark Adams' first year. You know, we've never been a 2 seed or a 1. Like, we're always kind of slotted in that 3. Like, we always kind of make our run in that 3 seed. That's what we were in 2019. You think Texas Tech will ever get over the hump where it's like, this is a top 4 team in college basketball? Like, we've been so close, and we've played in Final Fours. We've played in Elite Eights. But I would love to see a 1 next to our name come March Madness. We're always kind of slotted right in this position. I feel like it's just a rep. Wow. I think I just had a stroke live on air. It's like a repetitive C line each and every year.
Brennan, with Grant, all things are possible.
I feel that too.
You have to get to those lines. You have to do such a good job scheduling in the non-con, and you did it this year. You just didn't grab the wins, and then your team wasn't healthy. Like, imagine you beat, and you were close. Imagine you beat Illinois at Illinois this year. That's a projected 2 seed. If you beat Arkansas on a neutral site, and you added just those 2 wins, and you stayed healthy, so let's assume you don't drop the TCU game, and maybe you pulled out the Arizona State game. I think you're very comfortable.
In the UCF game.
Yeah, I mean, but our team was healthy then. I don't give us as many excuses for that. But you scheduled like you wanted to be a top 10 team, and that's how you should schedule. And I think that should be a reminder for us. What does Grant think about this team? I think you'll understand a lot of that with how he schedules out this upcoming season. Because I think he's talked about that. Like, he thought this team was a top 10 team, and I think with Toppin healthy and Mosley healthy and Bam healthy, I think he would have been. You just never really got to see all of those guys. You never really got to see a fully healthy Mosley and a fully healthy Toppin, and that's a huge bummer. I think those guys could have been an awesome tandem on the glass. So I think you could. It's just so hard. You got to win. I mean, Arizona's like 14-2 in quad 1, like just a monstrous. I mean, they have more quad 1 wins than some teams in our conference have total wins, and that's just like ridiculously good. So I think maybe you can get there, and I think Grant will do that. It's just, can you schedule? Because Duke and them, they get so many opportunities. So
yeah,
I feel like Duke is like penciled in as a 1 seed every year from here on out. Playing in the ACC, as bad as that is, and I feel like they're just always going to be a 1 seed. So you're fighting for one of the other 3.
when the ACC gives you like so many top 60 teams where it's like, oh, dude, these are like automatic dubs on the road that are Q1 opportunities, and you don't have all those Q3, and then the way that they schedule, and they're always going to be good. Like, it's just real.
And their bandwagon fan base, like any neutral game is going to be basically a home game for them.
And they always play in the Northeast.
So many benefits.
It's like, oh yeah, we play our neutral site at MSG, and it's 90% Duke fans.
Yeah,
stuff like that. So you don't have those advantages that teams like the Blue Bloods get. So
one day soon, though. I mean, you do play in the Big 12. Yeah, so there's opportunities, and I think Conrad's absolutely correct, and all things are possible when Grant McCaslin's your head coach. So we will see. Well, guys, it's time to switch over to Conrad, go ahead. I apologize.
And when Dusty Womble's behind your program.
Yep. There you go. If you haven't listened to that episode, we had Dusty on Tuesday. It was a great conversation. Make sure to go back and check that out as well. We appreciate him and his team for coming on the show, and that was a ton of fun as well, too. So, all right, it's time for our rapid fire question. We don't only talk sports here on the Broadway Shuffle. We like to let you guys in on what we're like outside of the show, what our interests are. And tonight, guys, our segment topic is rapid fire USA edition. So I'm going to rapid fire you guys on true American questions here, man. It's in the spirit of the season, right? But I wanted to start with this before we get to it. I'm going to name 3 states. I want to see if you guys can guess the capital of those states. So I'm each going to give you a state. Clayton, I'll go to you first. Clayton, what is the capital of Maine?
Augusta. That's too easy.
Wow.
Really? I didn't know that. Is that actually true? Is that true?
That is true.
Did you know that, Conrad? I had no idea.
No.
Okay. That's fantastic, Clayton.
I didn't even know Maine was a state.
Hey, Maine, it's up there, man. All right, Z, you're up. What? That's so funny. Z, what is the capital of Washington?
Olympia.
Really? You guys got both of those so easily. I'm going opposite ends of the spectrum here. All right, Conrad, that leaves you 2 for 2. How well do we know our American states? Conrad, what is the capital of South Dakota?
Is it Fargo?
I think Fargo's in North Dakota.
Is it? They're all the same.
They're all one. South Dakota capital. Clayton, Zyler.
Oh, it's Pierre. It's Pierre. Sorry.
Pierre.
Yeah, I had to look that one up. I didn't know that one.
Oh, Fargo is in North Dakota.
Yeah. All right. Hey, good. Oops. 2 for 3, you guys. I'm impressed. I'm thoroughly impressed. All right. Well, that was, hey, you did well. Okay. Let's get to the rapid fire. I'm going to rapid fire American edition. Clayton, back to you. Favorite American city you've ever visited?
That's tough.
Is Sweetwater in your top 10?
No, but Abilene did make the cut.
Ooh.
I'm just kidding. I'll go big cities. I'll say Chicago. I think that's a close one.
Chirac.
All right, Z. A favorite American city you've ever visited?
I really loved Newport Beach in California. It is a wonderful, wonderful place to go vacation. So that's my favorite.
I like it. Conrad?
Santa Barbara, California.
Nice.
Conrad used to be a California resident. Many may not know that.
I did. And if you're listening to this and you are from California, you can go ahead and unsubscribe. We appreciate you listening, but bye-bye. No, I'm kidding.
Bye-bye.
No, I did. I was a California resident. Yep. It was fun. It's a great state. There's just some things about it that unfortunately ruin it for almost everybody.
Yeah, especially during COVID when you were there, 2020.
I think if we asked our listeners to rank the 4 of us on most likely to live in California the least, I think Conrad would get like 95% of the least likely votes.
Brennan, what's your favorite city? What's your favorite city visited?
You know, if we're talking big cities, I'm with Clayton, dude. I love Chicago. I absolutely love visiting Chicago. It's a ton of fun. But I went up to Silver Falls, Oregon several years
Ooh.
ago and did a hike up there in tiny city or town, I guess you'd call it, but gorgeous, just a ton of fun. So I would say big city Chicago for me as well too. Okay.
This
All
is
right, quick.
this is all wait. This is all with the understanding that Lubbock, Texas is the best city in America, and it's not
Of
even a
course.
competition.
Not
but
even a
that's
competition.
just that doesn't even need to be said on this podcast. It's well documented. Just gonna say it again for the listeners.
Correct. Okay. Mountains, beach, or lake? Clayton.
Mountains, easily.
Z.
Take me to the mountains.
Conrad.
Beach all day. What's wrong with you people?
Connor likes to take his shirt off and run around.
That's
He
what I
likes to
live for.
show off what
That's
he's
what I
got.
live for.
The
Conrad.
Brennan,
golf in the
you're
mountains
beat.
is excellent. It's just so hard to beat.
Yeah, I'm
Golf
a
on the
mountain
beach
guy.
is better.
No, dude,
What?
Yeah, I'm a mountain guy, man.
the courses
Y'all
are
are just so granola.
no, dude. It's the farthest my ball has ever flown when I've golfed, and so I've always just like wanted to capture that moment again, and it's just never happened.
Yeah, the altitude does send that golf ball flying. That's for sure. Okay,
Yep.
favorite American holiday, Clayton, and this is essentially like I guess July 4th, Thanksgiving. I mean, I guess you could count St. Patty's Day, but it's like not American, but it's there, I guess. So, favorite American holiday.
I guess I'll take July 4th if I got first pick.
Okay. Z.
I used to work July 4th until I was probably 16 or 17. I would go to bed on July 4th at like 7:30 because I was exhausted. So it's never been my favorite. Thanksgiving for me. Love me some Thanksgiving.
Conrad.
Can I pick the same one or no?
You gotta pick. You can pick whatever one you want, man. You can pick whatever you want.
I'm gonna go Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving. Great holiday.
I should have made the rules where you guys couldn't pick the same holiday, but I didn't do that to start, so you get the pass for sure. Man, I'm gonna go July 4th as well too. It's just how can you not? And what is it? 250 years this July 4th, the 250th birthday of America. That's pretty sick. So that'll be fun.
I will say July 4th, if you don't have like a body of water or a boat or a lake, it can be like significantly worse if it's really hot. Like if you're just baking outside, I'm not really about that.
That's a good point.
That's fair.
Okay, last question here, and then we'll close the show. One place in the U.S. you still want to visit?
I've never been to Miami.
Ooh,
I think it'd be sick to go to
Could've
the Miami F1 race. I
Yeah.
could have.
Miami. I like Miami. Was fun. We had a good Conrad and I had a good time in Miami. Outside of the 4 quarters of the game, I thoroughly enjoyed Miami. Z.
I really don't know. The one thing that I would love to do is March Madness in Vegas. I don't really have like a deep desire to go to Vegas generally, but doing that particular event in Vegas is on my bucket list. I think I would love to get up to Eugene, Oregon for the U.S. track trials for the Olympic team. That's like an event I would really love to see. So probably those 2 places, like Eugene, Oregon, and Vegas for March Madness.
I like it.
Both kind of sports related.
Yeah. Conrad?
I'd probably say New York. I've never been to New York, so I'd love to go see that. That'd be fun.
Okay.
Eat some good food in New York. So
Yep.
see how
New
it
York.
compares to LA.
Every time, and this is we're so off the rails here, but every time I think of people going to New York, I always think of the Office episode where Michael goes to get a New York slice and he goes to Sbarro.
Yeah, dude. New York City. Quite a scene, Conrad. You'd fit. I think you'd fit the vibe of New York City more than LA, in my opinion, if we're going 2 major
I don't
cities.
know. I think I'm a Texan at heart and will never leave again.
Yeah. stay within the borders of Texas.
Yeah,
Never leave.
yeah. Big
Dude,
fan.
okay, you guys bring this up. I'm going to kind of give a semi-answer, but the East Coast, like Maine, I guess, what was it? Augusta. Like, I want to go see the upper Northeast. I've been to New York City. I've been to the state of New York, but I feel like Vermont, Connecticut, New York, Maine, just all of the New Hampshire. I want to go see that. So that it's going to be the entire Northeast is my answer. I want to go do a road trip up there.
So I've got a bonus question for you guys.
Oh no.
Worst place in the United States? Like, what's one part of it that you wish wasn't?
If we are including Waco,
Give me your answers.
Worst place in the United States. I mean, dude, it's got to be like the barren wasteland of like when you're driving from Lubbock to to like Colorado. There's like a 5-hour stretch there in New Mexico. Like nothing's there. Like nothing is there. Like that like when that's tough. It's not the worst place in America. It's just the worst I've been to where I'm like, I don't see anything. And it's just flat for 5 hours.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Sounds like West Texas.
If you've ever driven to El Paso, there's like a 3.5 hour stretch where there's like 1 to maybe 2 towns. It is desolate.
That's kind of what I'm talking about. Like,
yeah. Like after you get past Fort Stockton, it's brutal.
Louisiana in general?
No, I like it.
That's going to be my answer, other than New Orleans.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I've only driven
Shreveport.
Shreveport. Like, I'm trying to think of places I've been, and I'm like, why is this here? You know, I don't know. So that's a good question, though.
I've got my answer. 1311 South 5th Street, Waco, Texas 76706. By far, not even close.
The University of Baylor. I'm guessing that's that.
It's Baylor University, brother.
Baylor University. I don't care. Call them by the wrong name. So show them the disrespect. Yeah.
Huh? What'd you say, Z?
Alley-oop himself. He threw an alley-oop and then went and caught it and dunked it.
Off the backboard, and then I spin around, did a 360, and I'm still hanging on the rim right now.
Oh, man. He's showing off. He is showing off. Well, hey, that's fun, man. Good to know. Didn't know that about you guys. Learning something new every week here on the show. Yep. And I did not know that Augusta, Maine was a capital, and I didn't know that Olympia, Washington. So I'm either an idiot or you guys are geniuses. We'll let the audience decide which one it is. So, but man, that was fun. Well, we will be back on Monday. We'll react, obviously, to the BYU game Saturday night, 9:30 tip in Provo. We've got some exciting stuff. Ladies basketball's kicking butt. Obviously, softball, baseball still going on. So a lot of success in Texas Tech sports, track as well. So make sure you're tuning into all things Texas Tech. We appreciate all of you for listening. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you enjoyed the show, share it with your friends and family. We have a ton of fun here every week on the Broadway Shuffle. We're with you every Monday and Thursday. So we will see you guys on Monday morning. Everyone have a great weekend. Recom Tech. We'll see you next time.
He makes the catch. He's going